Hello, I'm going to ask you 25 how often do you questions about fitness. Here we go. How often do you exercise?
Most days.
How often do you go to the gym?
Pretty much every day.
How often do you go hiking?
In the summertime, not so often. In the autumn, every weekend.
How often do you go swimming?
Not often enough.
How often do you eat a meal during the day?
At least twice a day.
How often do you eat junk food?
Once a week.
How often do you go on a diet?
Every 2 months.
How often do you fast?
Sometimes once a week when I'm dieting.
How often do you go jogging?
Never.
How often do you take a gym selfie?
Every single time.
How often do you eat chicken breast?
Every day.
How often do you eat salad?
Not really ever.
How often do you drink alcohol?
Once every week.
How often do you check your body in the mirror?
Every day.
How often do you check your weight?
Twice a day.
How often do you eat protein powder?
I don't eat protein powder.
How often do you cook?
Every day.
How often do you take health supplements?
Every morning.
How often do you shower?
Twice a day.
How often do you have a gym injury?
Probably once every month
How often do you feel too tired to exercise?
when I arrive at the gym.
How often do you consider quitting going to the gym?
When I arrive at the gym.
How often do you get harassed at the gym?
I never get harassed at the gym.
How often do you have a day with no exercise?
Maybe once every 2 weeks.
How often do you flex your muscles for other people?
I don't flex my muscles.
Can you flex your muscles now?
No.
Thank you for sharing.
Thanks for having me.